Well, happy last day of the week. Friday is here. Yay. Happy for the weekend to be upon us. It's a big weekend here for us. I'll get to that in a moment. While we're waiting on folks to join, Cooped Up is my website, coopedup.com. You can visit that anytime and just check out what I'm up to. I'm Cooped Up is my handle on all the social places. Instagram would be a great place to start if you are there. And then wherever you watch or listen to this is broadcast on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and then rebroadcast on all of the major podcasting platforms. You can subscribe, click the bell, whatever they tell you to do. You can do that. I'd appreciate it. So, and with that, let's get rolling. Hope everyone is doing well today. I got a flu shot yesterday. I mentioned it yesterday, but if you weren't here, I got a flu shot yesterday. And one of the things, I have to get it every year. I know some people are like, if I get the flu shot, I get the flu. I am one of those people, which by the way, that's not possible. But I'm one of those people who, if I do not get the flu shot, I get the flu. I am a magnet for respiratory illnesses and viruses. Hey, mama. But so I got the flu shot yesterday at Tom Thumb, and I don't normally have much of a reaction to it. I am very tender today. Like this morning, I woke up and I was like, "Ooh," and then I'm kind of like in your lymph node right here under your armpit. I am tender there too right now, and my joints, all of my like joint issues that I have are all like it's not as bad as like when I had the COVID vaccine, but just generally I'm a little tighter today than normal. I'm also certainly that had nothing to do with going to a party last night either and having a little bit to drink, but neither here nor there. I'll tell you though, this morning, so I'm trying to walk at least for 30 minutes or more every day for at least 2 miles or more every day. So the kind of combination of those two things. And I this morning I was doing it and it was a challenge. It was hard. It took every ounce of self-control and discipline, two things that I actually do not possess in great quantities, to keep going because I just felt heavy. Like it felt like tiring. Like I just felt like I didn't want to do it. I don't want to. But then my watch would make me feel guilty. And I'm going to tell you, I am, as much as I do not have much self-esteem, that is not true. As much as I do not have much self-control and discipline and all of that, I can be manipulated with gamification, with like little prompts from the phone and from the watch. Tell me you could do it, and you've only got 1 day left before you hit a 7-day winning streak, or you're beating Carrie at exercising. These types of things. I'm a sucker for that. So that kind of brings out my competitive streak. Excuse me. But the mom said my eyes look a little puffy. And I even put on some eye cream this morning, different eye cream than normal. It also is a high allergy day today, and we were outside the party was outside last night, so there is that too. But so I bought some of this Thomas Roth eye cream. I have no idea where I was going with what I was just saying. I already have lost track of what I was saying. Anyway, let's go to the eye cream conversation. I bought this. I saw it on TikTok. This Thomas Roth eye tightening cream, temporary eye tightening cream. And it's this woman on this video. If I could find it quickly, I would show it to you. But she puts this cream on her eye, and while she is talking to us on the TikTok, the bag just goes away. Admittedly, she had like a full set of luggage. It wasn't just like a little duffel. It was a big bag. So there was a lot to go away. And she did that. And it's all the rage. And so I was at North Park on Monday night to buy a shirt for black tie dinner this weekend. And Sephora's there, and I knew they sold it. So I popped into Sephora and bought this eye cream. It's this tiny little thing of it. It's like $40. It supposedly does all the things. I've used it 3 times now since then. I have not settled on my review yet of it. I don't know how many of y'all have seen this Thomas Roth eye cream thing. I have not settled on my review yet. Maybe I don't have as baggy of eyes as I thought I did. But first things first, burns like hell. It is like putting hot lava on your bottom eyelids. Like it is, it burned a lot. And one of my teammates at work also bought some the other day, and I was like, how did it feel on you? And I didn't want to like prime the pump too much. It's like, how did it feel? She's like, it burns so bad. I was like, oh my God, yes. Burns so bad. But there's a lot of things where pain equals results afterwards. I'm gonna tell you, the Botox is starting to wear off. See, my forehead moves a little bit more now. That was not the most comfortable thing, but the results were great, and I plan to do it again and again and again and again. But this cream, and then the other thing is, if you put too much, you have to read the instructions. So Allie, who works with me, she did not, and she just slathered it on, and had like it leaves like a residue. The instructions, it's like a simple 63-step process. You put a little bit on your hand, and then you kind of either use a brush or a light finger touch, and you put it on. And you have to let it dry for 3 minutes. No wincing, no smiling. You just have to let it dry. So I did it this morning. I put it on a freshly clean face also, and then I went about doing other things while I was doing it. So I'm not sure that it is working because my eyes, granted, I do have the puffiness, and allergies have been crazy the last 2 days, as Sandy says. Hey, Sandy. So I don't know. I have not decided if I'm going to keep it or not, because the nice thing about buying it at Sephora is Sephora has, it's either a 30 or 60-day policy where if you bring it back, even if you have used 3/4 of the tube, if you bring it back within that window with your receipt and the product, and I don't even know if you need the receipt if you have the credit card, but either way, you can bring it back and they will give you a free, no questions asked, free refund, supposedly. I have not done it before, so I am speaking from what other people have told me about it. But right now, like I would say, if there's a meter, have any of y'all tried this Thomas Roth eye tightener? If there's a meter about keep it or return it, I'm kind of like right in the middle, dead center on that. So we'll see. One of my other teammates, who is a big time like skincare person, she was like, bitch, just go get some Preparation H. It's the same thing. And it's a lot cheaper. It's not $40. Ooh, sorry. It's not $40. And I'm like, okay, but then I don't want to wipe butt cream on my face. And here's the thing about Preparation H. I've used it before. I know what it is. It is, but part of Preparation H is it leaves a soothing coating on it, and I'm not sure I want that shiny soothing coating under my eyes. Like I do want that. I do like that the Thomas Roth thing has like a matte finish afterwards, and you still have to put your lotion on and stuff over it. I don't want it to be overly greasy. So we will see. I will keep you posted on that. The title of, oh, by the way, today's Todd's birthday. Happy birthday to Todd. We are going out to eat for his birthday at a place called Beverly's. It's like a little, he's not been, it's like a French brasserie kind of thing. And so it's going to be cute. I've been once before. I went with Eric, actually, before we went and saw Ricky Martin and Enrique Iglesias, and I liked it. So we will see. Unfortunately, the only tables they had available were outside. So hopefully it cools off a little bit and my Claritin kicks in. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, so happy birthday to Todd. I made a mistake in ordering. So most of his presents have arrived. Mason ordered something. It arrived today. Claire custom made a shirt. Oh, I hope he's not watching. Someone let me know if you see Todd watching. I was trying so hard not to say what any of these gifts are. Claire custom made something for him, designed it and everything. And it's really hard not to do spoiler alerts, isn't it? Todd, if you're watching, turn it off, please. This show's not for you. Today's episode is not for you. Now, there, I've done my duty. I've given a spoiler alert warning. So I'm the worst. I literally cannot not do, like, even if I talk about at work, they laugh about this all the time. They're like, don't let Cooper tell you about a show that he has watched or watching if you do not want to know how it ends. He says he's not going to spoil anything, but then he gives away all of the spoilers by accident by trying not to. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, so Claire had a thing custom made. she Trish said, I'll distract him. Trish works with Todd. I'll distract him with an emergency. Thank you, Trish. Tell him a bus crashed or something. That was terrible. I shouldn't have said that. But so she custom made something for him, and she did it like a week and a half ago, and we thought it would be here by now. And now it looks like she did it last minute or whatever. She did not. So I've already covered for her on that. So Claire's gift to Papa is going to be here and probably, hopefully, a few days. And then I ordered something for him that he really wanted, and I ordered the wrong model. Like I ordered one, and then it came, and I'm like, fuck, I ordered the wrong one. I meant to order like the elevated one, not the entry level one. I'm trying really hard not to say what it is right now. But then here's the thing. So I called the company that I bought it from and talked to customer service, and I've called 3 times because the first time they said there's not much we can do until it arrives, because I realized I'd ordered the wrong thing. Like I ordered it like Saturday night, and by Sunday morning I realized it was the wrong thing. So I called in, and they're like, well, we can't really do much of anything until it arrives. So just call us when it arrives and we'll get you taken care of, right? So I was like, okay. So then I call in, it arrives, I call in, and that person is like, you need to use it first. Like you need to turn it on. I'm trying really hard not to spoil what it is. There's a certain word that works, but it immediately gives away what I'm talking about. Basically, they're like, open the box, use it, and then let us know, and then we will send you a thing to return it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right, but I didn't want to argue the point, but did not do that. So earlier today, I was like, I'm going to call again. And I called. I got this wonderful man named Andrew, was terrific. I'm not entirely sure he did not give me his personal phone number. I will tell you that. There was a little bit of weird. If you need anything at all, here's my number. Here's my direct number. If you need it, you can call or text me at any time if you need anything at all. And I'm like, bitch, I'm talking to you about my husband here. Like it was that part was a little like, I was like, okay, what? But so that person, I told him about what the previous 2 people have told me, and they were like, that is crazy. That is not right. The first person could have issued a return label and emailed it to you immediately, even if it had not arrived yet, because it's just a return label. Like, well, fuck. And then he was like, the second person gave you like the worst advice ever, because if you would have used it, it would have been used, and you can't return it once it's used because it needs to be new, right? So my mom is saying I told her the ending of Sixth Sense before I watched it, like recently. I have another rule about spoilers though. If I am Johnny come lately to something and everybody else on the planet seems to have watched it and the conversation about it has gone away, I am not responsible for spoilers at that point. Like if I were to watch M. Night Shyamalan's The Village or something like that and see it, and I'm like, oh my God, can you believe at the end it was all a hoax and blah, blah, blah. And funny that I say another M. Night Shyamalan movie, by the way. It's all a hoax, and you're like, I haven't seen it. You just ruined it for me. I'm like, bitch, that movie is 12 years old. You had time. So anyway, then the guy Andrew today, my new boyfriend, obviously, he was like, okay, and I'm gonna send you a label, but you can also take it to a corporate-owned store and return it that way, because the other people are like, if you bought it online, there's no way we can accept it in person at all. And he's like, that's not true. This is where you go, or this is where you go. But I just didn't have time to do that today. So I wrapped up. So I opened the packaging. I did not open the main packaging. I opened the box, like the box like this that it came in. This isn't the box, but the box like that it came in. And I wrapped it so that there was at least something to unwrap with the disclaimer, hey, I ordered you the wrong one. You're going to get the better one, and it will come soon. We need to return this one. But I didn't want it to just not have anything. And then presents from Todd's parents have also arrived. Actually, Todd opened one. His dad and mom, when he was there this past weekend, gave him a really, really beautiful Barber jacket, which comes in handy about 36 hours a year in Dallas, but it's still gorgeous. And then What else? What else? What else? Oh, and then Nina, his sister, sent something that we have opened it. Haven't opened yet. Michael Scott is saying, just use it, wash it, and then put it in a Ziploc before returning it. Yeah. With the Spanx let you do that. They let you wear it. There are certain things like, what was it that I ordered? Oh, Fabletics. So I am a member of Fabletics. I'm about to cancel it. I'm just waiting on some stuff to arrive so I can cancel it. They have this like return policy that is so stupid. You cannot tear the bag that it comes in, but the bag is almost impossible to open. They have to be in like new condition, including the bag. Like you have to reseal the bag, like the interior bag that it comes in, so that they can just restock it and all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, I don't know about all that. But Spanxon, on the other hand, is like, wear it, wash it, return it. We don't care. It's fine. We'll just resell it anyway. Well, and at the rate that they charge, those Spanx are like, what was it? What did I tell you? Like $75 each, something like that. They probably cost 10 to make, if even that. And so they've got all kinds of like return markup in it. Eric is pretty sure I know what it is. Yeah, I bet you are. I don't think I've been real subtle. Not as subtle as I wish. So, as you probably saw in the only people I give presents to on their birthday are my nieces and nephews, and I send them money. Eric is saying, yeah, we do. We do a lot of gifts in this family, and also for like, so with my family, we don't, like for Monica and Mike and Mom and all of that stuff. We just pretty much do the kids, and then like we'll give, like I give Monica, I usually give her an actual gift just between us, but not all of. But we'll do a game. Like we have this thing and like my dad's side of the family, where we give the other every family gives the other family a board game, and that's great. And then for birthdays, Monica and I have a tradition that we try to give each other a set of lottery tickets equivalent to the age that person is turning. So I always get 2 more than her. It's not fair. So as I was saying, the title of this episode today is I'm a Walking Contradiction. I have 2 examples from today where I wholly contradict myself. I'm not saying I'm a hypocrite. I am just a contradiction. I'm totally parsing words here and what is it? Splitting threads. Is that the phrase? Yes. So one of the things that I'm contradicting myself on, yesterday was North Texas Giving Day, and I jokingly call it North Texas Spam Your Donors Day because we got so many emails from them. But then today I'm irritated because I'm like, okay, so you spent all this time asking me for money, telling me what the money could possibly go for, reminding me again, reminding me for a 3rd and 4th and 5th time to donate money to that one day. And then today, I probably got 60, 70 emails yesterday from charities wanting me to donate to them because I'd had a passing relationship with them at some point. Splitting hairs. Yes, thank you, Eric. My brain doesn't always work on demand. But then today, so I'm like, okay, if you spammed the hell out of me yesterday and were begging me, at least tell me how you did. At least give me an update. So today I got probably 5 to 10, maybe. I'm probably being generous by even saying 10. So a small fraction, like a 10%, 15% fraction of the people who emailed me yesterday emailed again today to let me know how they did. I appreciate that. I'm like, if you're going to harass me, at least tell me that it was a success. And so like our school doubled its original goal, right? It was, which is wonderful. And of course we gave to that. Another organization that I did not give to, I actually don't give very much on Giving Day. I give through I have a giving fund that I give through. A donor advised fund is what they're called. But I'm like, okay, so thank you for letting me know. But all these other people, I'm like, you had all of this set up and you could not finish it. You could not cross the line at the end saying, yes, this is what we did. Take credit for it. And you know what? That's a prime opportunity to make sure that I know who you are and to ask for money and the good that your company does or your organization does too. So that was the first thing that made me a hypocrite today. I was mad that I wasn't getting more emails. I was mad that the people who spammed me yesterday were no longer spamming me today. Okay, so that doesn't make me a hypocrite though. That's just whatever. And then the and maybe file that under you just can't be happy. There's no pleasing Cooper today. And then the other thing that I'm probably a hypocrite on, actually, I'm pretty sure I'm a hypocrite on this, but it's about me, so I'm the victim today on this. And so we are organizing for Nina a baby shower, and we sent out these invites. I actually happen to have the box right here of these her baby shower for all of her Dallas friends and nearby Dallas friends. And on it says RSVP to Cooper, and then has my phone number, right, to text me your RSVP. And it's coming up. It's like 4 weeks away, so there's still time. But I mailed these like 3 weeks ago, and only about a third of the people who had RSVP'd so far. And I'm like, and I haven't gotten it. I got almost all of those within days of their arrival. Oh, what did I get on my shirt right there? Almost days of my of the mail's arrival. And I was like, no one else is RSVPing. What's up with that? And I'm thinking of my words here. People do not understand that RSVP means, in French, it means let me know if you can come, right? And it doesn't mean let me know if you can come, yes. It means let me know if you can come at all. Like if you can or can't. If you can't come, you're supposed to RSVP no, equally as if you can. It is the same thing. And I know that I am not the best at this because sometimes I forget. So I'm being critical of people for doing something that I do myself. I am fully admitting that today. But I also think that if I get like a paper invite like this, I take that a little bit more seriously than if it's just one of the invites, the emails that I get about stuff. But if it actually asks for an RSVP, because sometimes people don't directly ask for an RSVP either. If it asks for one, I try very hard to make sure I let people know whether I can or not. So Nina is expecting. Yes, Nina is due on Christmas Day. We do not know the gender. She is trying actively avoiding knowing what the gender is of this child. And most of their baby gifts and stuff are kind of airplane themed because her husband, Peter, is a pilot. And so it's really cute stuff. But so, yeah, she's making a grand tour. It's at the end of October. She's going to have her baby shower here. So Monica's saying, I received an invite to RSV via QR code, and I liked it. That is, you know what? Shut up, Monica. This is, and I'm telling you shut up because you made me think of another reason that I'm a hypocrite. This is something I have evolved on. I used to hate QR codes. I thought when they first came out, they were stupid. They were ugly. They were not helpful. You had to have a special app for them. Like it was cumbersome. It didn't work well, all that kind of stuff, right? Now I adore them on things because I did one yesterday even somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but just, you go and you just put your camera on. It does help that iPhones now, and I assume Android poverty phones do too, but the on iPhones that someone is like clutching his pearls at the moment at that comment. But like that I bet Apple put a ton of those apps out of business that were doing it. But if you just snap it now, I love it. I love it. It's so easy. It takes you exactly where you need to go. They're changeable. Did you know that if someone creates a QR code and they decide that they want it to go somewhere else, that they can just go into that system and change it to go somewhere else? It's not permanent, which is also perfect. The only place I don't like QR codes is I'm tired of them at restaurants. I do not want phones out at the table, and that just introduces the phones in a way. And also, they're so small. Even I know you can pinch them to open up, but I like seeing the full breadth of a menu. Like I want to see the orchestra that is going on, all of that, right? And so I like that. I also think I order more food and drink if I can see everything because I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, let's get a little appetizer. Ooh, let's get this. Ooh, let's get that. Yeah. So I think people are leaving money on the table if they use a QR code for restaurants. But other than that, that is another contradiction where I used to just rail against them, and now I have fallen in love with them. So Eric is saying that etiquette, and Eric is our etiquette master here. The only exception is if you put RSVP regrets only on the event, that means the host assumes in that case that you're coming unless you RSVP that you can't. See, that's and you're doing exactly what the host asked, right? Um, and you also are saying for restaurants, they can change the prices easier using the QR code rather than reprinting menus. Yes, I agree on that point. However, it is just, I think that they make more money off of me if they give me a piece of paper. I just really, really dislike, and I really, really dislike seeing everyone at the table on their phones. I try not to do that. QR codes usually aren't the full menu either. Here in the restaurants I've seen, it usually opens up to a PDF version of the menu or a digital like replica of it. And ours, it usually is pretty much the full. A lot of places during the pandemic just weren't making their full menu. So it did allow them the flexibility of that. And so I do appreciate the flexibility part of it. So Monica says, I didn't RSVP. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You were the very first person, Monica, that RSVP'd Danina's shower. You texted me and you said, I saw, because I think you saw it on your informed consent, the United States Postal Service. One of the things that they do really, really right is they have this informed delivery service, and you can see what's in your mailbox before it hits your mailbox. You saw that there was an invite coming from us. I think you assumed it was the invite. You were correct. And you said, we cannot come. You were literally the first person who RSVP'd, Monica. So there. And Sandy's saying people are terrible about RSVPing. Rude. When I don't do events anymore, but I used to always have to tell clients that people do not buy tickets in advance anymore. I mean, like even years ago in the before times, before the pandemic, ticket sales are going to look like they suck until they don't anymore. And that's usually about a week before an event. So anyway, Big Tex went up today here at the State Fair of Texas. Starts next Friday. And they put up Big Tex today. He's got his size 96 Lucchese boots. And he has a new shirt, a new buckle from Shiner Beer, I believe. And he went up today. And so they're getting him prepped and getting all the fair stuff set up so it opens next week. So I doubt we will be going anytime soon. The kids are actually off school next week. So Friday, I have 2 free tickets for the kids. Maybe we go early in the day. I don't know. Usually opening day, if you go in the morning, is a good time to go because no one goes in the morning, especially on opening day, and you get to see all the stuff and just get it out of your system. So what else? What else to have on my card today? It's black tie dinner this weekend. I will see some of y'all this weekend there. I cannot wait. I need to go paint my nails for it. I was going to do it earlier in this week, and I was struggling with I got this meeting with this person, and they've never seen me with painted nails, and I hate it when I go to that like internalized homophobia kind of place. But the saving grace of that is, had I painted my nails earlier this week, they would be a wreck because I am so hard on my nails. I chip them constantly and all of that. So am I going to dip them? I am not, because I don't have the colors I like for dip. We did Mason's nails. We did the powder dip thing on those, and they turned out really well. He's picked them off though, and because it's like a coating instead of paint, it actually just peels off if you try to peel it off. So he peeled off some of them. But anyway, and what else? So we have no school next week. We were originally planning I was going to take the kids to San Antonio to visit my grandmother and do some other things for the first half of the week. So we have black tie dinner, and that's until basically Sunday midday. I'm not driving to San Antonio on Sunday after having done what I did the night before at black tie dinner. So it would have been Monday. Well, my week ended up filling up with like new business meeting on Monday morning, other meetings, and the kids were like, we just don't really want to go. So we're staying here, just lounging around. The kids will lounge. I have a million meetings next week. And then Monica comes up a week from today. A week from today, we are seeing Elton John at Globe Life Field. I'm really excited about. Oh, I wish I had the glasses. I'll have to show you next week. I went to San Moon last weekend, and I bought these really cool. I went for other stuff, but I ended up getting these like pink rhinestone big glasses that are so cute. Eric is saying his nails hold up over 2 weeks. I was going to go tomorrow, but figure every nail salon in the neighborhood will be packed. I know. Do you just show up? I don't know. I didn't know you could do that. I usually do my own, so I don't know the etiquette for manicuring and all of that kind of stuff. But I agree. I think a lot of them will be busy. But I'm just so tough because I'm picking things open and cooking and all that kind of stuff. I just think I probably use my nails a little bit, my hands a little bit harder than you do. That sounded much more judgmental than I meant it. I apologize. You make appointments. Okay. You just call ahead. Here's the thing. I wish everything in the world had appointments that were available online so you could just book it and see the whole breadth. You don't have to do the whole, do you have it at 10? No, but we got 10:30. Oh, well, 10:30 doesn't really work for me. Can I do it at 10:15? Yes, that whole thing. So, Monica says, I think you can walk some places, the places that like Nailed Bar and all of those that we're talking about in the neighborhood, those are packed all the time. So does that one still exist at the Illume? That was a big one. You text, I know people. So, alrighty, well, that's all I got today because I'm over time. I have a couple of things on the list, but they can roll over to next week. Y'all have a great weekend. It is Black Tie Dental Weekend. It is super fun, very spirit, empowerment, fundraising. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. I do love it so much. People dressing up, all that kind of stuff. I'll be spanked up tomorrow. I did the test run this past weekend. So I will, we'll have a great weekend. I hope you do too. And I will catch you up on all of our shenanigans on Monday. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watch this. Thank you. I will miss you. Until Monday at 4:30 when I see you for another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. Talk to you later. Oh, Aaron, have fun camping. Aaron is going camping with all of the lesbians this weekend. Have fun with that. Bye.